so here's the thing about him. For Axe, while I'm on it, I want to make sure I get this out. The lifestyle that we live with dogs that struggle, if you simplify it the way that I'm about to tell you, it's going to make it a lot easier for the dog and for you, okay? So, when Axe goes home, when he enters this lifestyle that we've built him, okay? He has to relearn how to live in your house and in your community. He's here, he's doing it with us. We know he can do it. It's redone again, and this is how it's done. When Axe goes home, home base is the kennel. This is his room, if you will. That's his home, not your home, not yet. Okay. The kennel's home base. We teach him how to behave in the kennel, which is just quiet relaxation. We take him out of the kennel, we teach him how to behave in the living room, in the house. What are the rules? Like, he doesn't need access to all the rooms. You take all of the freedom away and you slowly expose him to it, teaching him how to behave. Don't overwhelm him with all this freedom and say, learn how to behave because you went to Julia's Canine Academy. No, kennel. Learn how to behave in the kennel. After that, learn how to behave in the living room and the backyard. You understand? Because you need a potty. So, and when you're out of the kennel, I'm monitoring your behavior constantly. So what I was saying is that life is simplified and we give freedom slowly. And what you want to accomplish is good behavior in the kennel first. And then make sure that you can take him out of the kennel and get him behaving well in the living room, a place he's going to spend a majority of his life. And that's where you're going to use the place command and all that. And also, wherever he uses the bathroom, he needs to understand how to get to that door, right? And how to go outside and use the bathroom and how to come back in without any fuss. We perfect this first. So there's a lot of time in the kennel and there's a lot of time on the place bed at first. Kennel behavior's good. We focused on that. We got him solid in the living room. Awesome. Even with little distractions, people knocking on the door. Great. He's good to go to the bathroom and come back in without a fuss. Awesome. You're ready to move to the next opportunity of freedom for him, which is going to be a structured, a simple walk around your neighborhood. Nowhere fancy, wherever you can do it. It's one that you know you're going to perfect. You're going to take this little walk and you're going to perfect this walk. It's your next job. Once you perfect that walk with all the triggers that come along in that territory, the dogs behind the fences, all that stuff, now what you have is a dog who knows how to be good in its kennel, to be good in your house, and to take a nice pleasant walk around your block. Okay? You can live like that. There's people that live 12, 14 years with dogs like that and they're happy. Now you've developed a foundation to live with this dog that is pretty much the baseline of what you'd want to do with a dog. Any less than that, they just feel like they're just, they're couch potatoes. You have a nice little balance. You grow on top of that. You then go to the car. Hey, now we're gonna get off the property, go away. You make sure the car behavior's good. You might not even get somewhere, just the car behavior. From the car behavior to a location. Same location every time. In the beginning, teach him how to behave there, which you'll learn from us. Now you've opened up your world a little bit, but every time you do something new, it's training for dogs like this, because they need a form. Well, how am I supposed to behave here? We're monitoring his experiences. So we know what he's experienced. So when he's in his kennel, we've accomplished calmness in there, cool. He's in there, we don't have to monitor him, we can go about our life. When he's out, you're monitoring his behavior every second he's out. So if you're exhausted in 2 to 3 hours, put him in the kennel for a few hours after that. That's his life now. He can go in there into his little room and relax. When he comes out, he's monitored. Everything's training. Everything's bringing him to the next step. This is 6 months to a year you're looking at, okay? But you got the tools now where you don't have to worry about all the bullshit of him exploding. He understands everything. You'll have the dog that you want out of him. The controlled experience part is very important. So if you let him out of the kennel and then you do something with him and then you forget about him and he starts to do his own thing, this is what we're not encouraging. That's called free roam. He doesn't get that yet. He'll get that when he's ready for it. He's not ready for it, right? Once he becomes a dog that you are very happy with and he's got the program and he does everything without complaint, he does it without you asking him, yeah, we start giving him some more freedom, see what he can handle. But you can always tighten back up to the core foundation and it cleans up the behavior. So the monitoring his experiences and him while he's out is the name of the game, because we want to know how he's taken in the world around him. So we use this time for the first few months while he's out of the kennel to put him through the test. The way we look at it here is, if you test your dog, they'll stop testing you, right? So don't wait for him to fuck up at the door and bark and all this stupid stuff that dogs just, they naturally do. Set it up. Say, he's home from Julia's Canine Academy. He's in his kennel. We're gonna take him out and have some controlled experiences here, right? So let's put him in the living room, let's put him on place, and let's have a friend come over, knock on the door, and let him know how things go here now. You do this day after day after day, what you're gonna notice is the dog's not gonna fall for the bait. You actually can't get your dog, you're testing him, and you can't get him to mess up. That means you don't have to do it anymore. You're ready for the real life thing, okay? And you do that in all sorts of situations. You do it on place, because you gotta proof that living room. You don't want any worries in the living room. You wanna know that he's just gonna chill. Proof the living room with guests, toys, all this stuff. Eventually, he's not gonna be making any of the mistakes. You do it on the walk too. You know, when you feel comfortable with that little block, well then maybe you go and walk by a barking dog who's behind a fence and let him know, if you break the rule, this is what happens. And you go by that every day, giving him the experience of, if you bark and lunge and all this stuff, this is what happens. But if you just follow me and walk by, we're good. What happens is he stops barking and lunging. Really quick too. But that's what you have to do. That I can't do for you. I can give him the experiences to understand what's going on. Look, no whining, look. Dog he doesn't know. Not whining. It's his perspective. It's the way he views my relationship. It's like a trio. It's me, him, and the world. It's a very bonding thing. That's why people say it's so bonding when you do this style of training, because it is. It's your pack. You lead the pack through the world. All right? So everything else is not part of our pack, and I decipher how we deal with it. And he understands that, because that's how dogs do. And that's why we're doing good. So I just correct him as soon as he starts to break that core rule, and we're golden, baby. So we're going to take him off property more, but this is the information I have for you to have the most success for him.